Hi, Peng here, sitting in my van, Doughboy. If you're in the Storyteller Facebook group, you may have seen the problems with the Volta system in my van and a lot of other recent deliveries. I've also seen some reactions of people expressing their concerns regarding the quality of the Storyteller, and rightfully so. I've only had this van for 3.5 weeks, so I just want to share my experience with you and give you an update on my situation. Quick disclaimer, this is just my own unique experience, and the opinions I express in this video are my personal opinions. First, a recap of what happened. My Volta stopped working on Sunday, September 26th. Every time I turned it on, there was a blinking red light of death. This was not ideal since we were scheduled to leave for Canada that coming Friday, and we've just paid $500 for non-refundable reservations. It was Sunday night. There was really nothing else I could do except to submit an online service ticket to Storyteller. Monday morning, I called Volta at 6 a.m. They're 3 hours behind me. Did a troubleshoot with Jason over the phone, and this is what we found out.
So I was speaking to a Volta technician, and they basically told me that my problem could be an alternator that's shorting out. So essentially, if you look at this, there's a fuse in there. This is the fuse box that goes to the alternator, and he basically instructed me to take this out. You have to unscrew these two screws. So make sure you turn this off, obviously, because this is there's voltage going through it. So turn the system off. Unscrew these, take out the fuse, and then put this plastic back on so you don't accidentally touch it or anything. I'm guessing that's why. And then, let's see, there. And then turn the system back on. And it works. So that's what it is. It must be an alternator, short in the alternator. All right, I'm gonna turn this off for now. All right, I gotta call Volta back to see what's the next step. Wish me luck.
At this point, he told me this is something I cannot fix myself, and I have to send the van in to a dealer to replace the alternator. So I called Storyteller and La Mesa in Davis, explaining to them my situation and the time-sensitive nature of my trip. Both Angie from Storyteller and Tara from La Mesa were very understanding and helpful. Tara managed to squeeze me in for an appointment on Wednesday the 29th. Angie worked with Jason to ship out a new alternator to La Mesa overnight. Everything was lined up for my repair, and this was all done on Monday before 10 a.m. So I was very impressed. Come Wednesday, I brought the van in. The parts were already there waiting for me, and by noon the replacement was done. Volta turned on, display was green, and Canada trip saved. Well, not so fast. I decided to test the system out before I left La Mesa, and none of the appliances worked. The inverter light was on, but anything on 220 did not work. So that means the AC, the microwave, the heater, and those plugs, none of them worked. So back in the shop it went. The technician Danny ended up speaking directly with Jason over the phone to troubleshoot, and the result is a broken inverter. And the inverter is on back order. So here I am, a week later, still sitting in my van in my parking lot. So what have I learned so far from this experience? Well, first of all, I've known long before buying an RV that things will break down. I mean, there's a reason why RV stands for ruined vacations. these are not built in assembly plants by robots like a normal car. They're all hand-built, hand-assembled. So we're talking about tiny houses on wheels that have to deal with automotive environments like dust, vibration, and especially these rigs are meant to go off-road, so they're even more subjected to that. I was a little surprised that it happened after 3.5 weeks of ownership and only 5 nights in the van. But while I was at La Mesa, I saw at least 3 vans that still had temporary plates on, so maybe I was just optimistic. I guess if you set your expectations low, then you won't be disappointed. With that said, I was very impressed with the customer service I received. Everyone from Storyteller to Volta to La Mesa were very easy to reach and very responsive. Calls were either answered right away or returned within minutes. I was also impressed that everyone treated my case like it's their own vacation on the line. Tara from La Mesa went above and beyond to squeeze me in for that appointment. I also appreciate Angie and Jason and whoever else worked behind the scenes at Storyteller and Volta to make sure my parts got shipped in time. Also, when it became clear I was not the first nor the only one with the Volta issue, Jeffrey Hunter, the CEO of Storyteller, personally went on Facebook to address it and reassure everyone Volta is looking into the problem. And so far, Volta has sent out 2 updates to inform everyone where they're at, with another promised update coming on Friday, October 8th. From the chatters on Facebook, it appears they have been working nonstop over the weekend to find the cause of the issue. So it does make me feel a lot better that they are putting their full attention into this, and more importantly, they're very openly communicating with the owners of the progress. Am I disappointed? Yes, absolutely. It's been 2 years since I traveled to a foreign country, and I was really looking forward to this trip. Yes, I know it's just Canada, but it's still a foreign country. But do I have buyer's remorse about getting the Storyteller? So far, no. This Volta issue has been the only problem I've had so far. And while Volta was working, I made 3 weekend trips and loved every moment of it. The van build quality itself is amazing. When I took delivery, I actually went through the whole van to check for fit and finish issues, and these are the only issues I found. Here, let me show you. Okay. First thing you notice, this cabinet is not lined up perfectly to the second cabinet door. This door here sticks a little bit when it opens. This water siphoning pipe, some kind of glue got dripped on it, so I think I can clean it off, but I need to take the time and do it. This passenger window doesn't line up quite right. See how there's a gap there? But I also don't know if this is a quality issue because I think this window does not open. This one does, so maybe there's some extra sealant or rubber seal down there that's making it pop out. But if you have the Storyteller, maybe you can comment down below and tell me if that's a quality issue or not. As you can see, I've been really picky, and these were the worst I could find. There were no wires dangling, no pieces falling apart, or pieces they forgot to install. So I think this Volta issue is an anomaly, and if you have a van on order, you shouldn't worry about it. We're the guinea pig that's testing these out for you in the real world, so hopefully by the time you get your van, these issues can be solved. If you're having this or any other problems with your van, always contact Storyteller and start a service ticket with them first. Facebook is a nice source to do some quick self-troubleshooting, and you can go on it after you submitted the service ticket, but ultimately Storyteller is the builder and they're responsible for your rig. So you need to keep them in the loop for everything, from helping you to troubleshoot, to warranty repair approvals, to helping you find a repair shop. And if you spoke to the dealer or vendor like Volta beforehand or during this process, make sure you also call or email Storyteller back and give them an update so they're in on the loop. If you have emergency needs, make sure to let them know too so they can try to expedite your requests. In the end, yes, my Canadian trip was canceled and I wasted $500. But if you really think about it, it's kind of a first world problem. Ooh, I can't go on my vacation. Also, it's fortunate that this happened before I started the trip. I would be in a lot more trouble if this happened while I was in Canada with no heat, no power, no water. So I'm trying to stay positive about this. The good thing about the van is I can postpone my trip or change my plans relatively easily since I don't have to make any hotel reservations. But I think in the future, I will definitely be more careful about making other reservations that cannot be canceled. I might also start bringing a backpack stove as a backup for cooking. And I'm going to look into adding that trip cancellation protection to my RV insurance. So that was a quick status update on the repair of my van. If there are any new activities, major activities happening in the next few weeks, I'll probably make another video and do an update for you. In the meantime, you probably heard me say earlier that I took several trips before the van broke down. So I have those videos in the pipeline and they're going to come soon. So if you don't want to miss it, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss those videos. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time.